Hello. In this lesson, I want you to identify and name three-dimensional figures. I want you to find the surface area and volume of three-dimensional figures. Some vocabulary you're going to come across are polyhedron, face, edge, vertex, prism, base, pyramid, cylinder, cone, sphere, regular polyhedron, platonic solid, surface area, and volume. So we have a lot of vocabulary on this one again. Let's start here. A polyhedron is a three-dimensional shape where all of the sides are polygons. So here we have some polyhedron. In a polyhedron, the polygons are called faces. The sides are called edges, and the point is our vertex. That doesn't change. And then we have this Euler's formula. He was a blind mathematician, believe it or not. He came up with this by studying. He noticed that if you take the number of vertices of any polyhedron, subtract the number of edges, and add the number of faces, it will always equal 2. Always, no matter what. Now, if we take a look at some basic types of polyhedron, if you have a polyhedron and you have the same shape on the bottom as on the top, we call that a prism. The two shapes that are congruent are called bases. A pyramid has one polygon on the bottom, and then it goes to a point, rather than two of them. Now, cylinders, cones, and spheres are not polyhedrons because they're made of shapes other than polygons, so they're curves. A cylinder is kind of like a prism, except it has circular bases. A cone is kind of like a pyramid, except it has a circular base. And then a sphere would be your three-dimensional circle. I mean, it's just points in space that are always all the same distance from all of them. Now, I want to determine whether the following shapes are polyhedron. If they are, I want you to identify the solid. Then I want you to name the bases, the faces, the edges, and the vertices. Well, we'll start here with the first one on example 1. Notice that one is indeed a polyhedron. It has all polygons for sides. We name it by its base, so its base is a rectangular. There's two of them, so we say that's a rectangular prism. Then I want to name the bases. Well, my bases would be my rectangles or my quadrilaterals. So A, B, D, C would be one base. E, F, H, G would be my other base. Now we want to name the faces. Well, the bases are faces, so we include those two, and then we include all the other rectangles along the side. So I'd say E, F, A, B, F, B, D, H, H, D, C, G, and G, C, A, E. Those will be all of your faces. We call those lateral faces. Your edges are going to be your line segments. So we're going to have A to B, B to D, D to C, and C to A. Then the segments going up. So A to E, F to B, H to D, and G to C. And then the edges on the top. E to F, F to H, H to G, and G to E. And there we have it. Now your vertices are your points. So points A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, H. There you have it. Now let's take a look at our next shape. Our next shape is also polyhedron, only this time notice you got one, So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a hexagonal prism. So your two bases are your hexagons. So I would name my first hexagon I'll go K, L, M, N, O, P. My other hexagon, E, F, G, H, I, and J. Then my faces would be the rectangles. So K, E, F, L, L, F, G, M, M, N, H, I, and then the bottom would be H, I, O, N going up. The rectangle behind that's cleverly hidden would be P, O, I, J. And then the last one would be P, K, E, F. There would be your bases and your faces. Now, to name your edges, all the line segments. So, KL, LM, MN, NO, OP, and PK. We do the same thing, EF, FG, GH, HI, IJ, and JE. Then we'll name the edges that connect them. So KE, LF, P to J, M to G, N to H, and O to I. And then don't forget our edges along the top and bottom. So we got K, L, M, N, O, O to P, and P to K. There's a lot of them, isn't there? And then our vertices would be all of our points. K, E, F, G, H, I, J, M, L, P, O, and N. Just list them all out. Now take a look at example 3. That is not a polyhedron because it has a circle. Okay. However, we do have a name for it. It's a cone. Now, your bases, well, I only have one base. It's circle T. And then my face is kind of be this weird kind of shape with a curve in it. And then your vertice is W. And because we have, these are not edges because they're not line segments. My edges would be like W to this point and so on.